The Bye Bye Man is not just what a poor kid calls his deadbeat dad, it's yet another PG-13 haunted house movie, which should give you a good indicator of its quality going in. Its age rating is pretty close to its freshness rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Its age rating is also pretty close to an optimal age to abandon your child, 12 years old, right before puberty kicks in. In any case, I don't think that The Bye Bye Man deserves the terrible spanking he's gotten from a lot of critics, at least not if you hold into account how awful most horror movies are these days. The bar is about as high as a Special Olympics hurdle, and I think that The Bye Bye Man is able to hobble over it. Anyway, the movie follows a charming young millennial couple who move to a house close by to their liberal arts college, bringing along a token black friend for cultural enrichment or possibly a Marxist feminist assignment. The boyfriend, named Elliot like some sort of hillbilly, treats his black friend like a pet that's ready to plow his girlfriend first chance he gets. He's okay with that possibility though, as he's totally not jealous or anything. He might actually be hoping he gets to watch. Okay, I'm going too hard on him, but these characters are just not fleshed out or relatable at all, and that is something that a horror movie absolutely needs. Or at least used to need, since most scary movies skip that requirement. Again, this movie is only relatively good. But there's still literally nothing engaging about the principal victims, so really you won't give a shit if they're in danger. There are some flimsy efforts made to give them personality. For instance, the black dude, John, likes sports, a very unique trait, I know, and Elliot wears Joy Division and Violent Femme t-shirts, as though he's still trying to virtue signal the high schoolers he already graduated with. His girlfriend got the short end of the stick though, because I don't actually remember her name. Guess she didn't have any defining traits at all. The movie blindly follows the whole, if you see this spooky thing, then you're marked for death trope that makes up at least 50% of the horror genre. This is made obvious from the very first scene, a cliche flashback where a fat dude hilariously guns down his neighbors because he told them about the Bye Bye Man. The comedic star of this scene is a hapless neighbor who grovels around on the floor before being finished off, despite there being no blood on his clothes to indicate he was previously shot. I suppose the homicidal fat guy just walked in on him role-playing as a worm. Probably some sort of new BDSM fetish. I'm sure the new 50 Shades movie will tell us all about it. Of course, there are several other goofs throughout the movie, like Elliot's hair growing a few inches over the movie's brief plotline. But part of the fun is tracking down these bizarre occurrences, which might be considered the real paranormal activity in this film. I won't spoil any more of them. Despite everything I've said so far, there are some legitimately creepy scenes, and the final act of the movie is pretty exciting. The pacing is as quick as it should be, that is to say, sprinting towards the conclusion of its whopping 1.5 hour runtime, finishing as soon as it can like some shitty male hooker. Horror movies are only as long as the tropes they base themselves off. When they run out of shit to rehash, they know it's time to promptly terminate, unlike a lot of baby boomers in our society. I can only recommend this movie as a comedy thriller, and that's a damn shame. Horror movies are like handicapped people. You're not supposed to laugh at them in public even though they're funny. Ironically, most comedy movies are just plain retarded, and yet we're expected to laugh at those. So either way, it's usually pretty awkward in theaters. Anyway, I'm sure this movie will make a huge profit, and then we can all complain about the sequel 2 years from now after we give them enough money to make a third movie.